let's start with the borders, as far as we can do in the borders of the Jordan Valley. And I'm talking about the Jordan Valley, mainly the southern side of the Jordan Valley, up to Beit Shean. Not north of Beit Shean, because something else started in Beit Shean. So let's see. The southern border of the Jordan Valley, it's a debate. Some will say Kelt Valley, and some will say Oja Valley. Now look, you can say whatever you want, which is okay. It's not mathematics, it's not strict. But if you say Uja Valley, it means that the whole area of Jericho is part of Judean desert. If you say Kelt Valley, it means that the whole area of Jericho, part of the Jordan River, Jordan Valley. Just decide what you want, whatever you want. The northern border is very easy, called Bezek Valley, in Arabic, Wadi Shubash, Bezek Valley, which is very good border. It changed dramatically the soil, changed the plantation, changed climate, changed everything before the slopes of the Gilboa. So Bezek Valley is the northern side of the Jordan Valley.
Just a minute. In the southern part, there is no dramatic change of soil or vegetation. No. So how does it being determined? What is the Jordan Valley and what is the Judean desert?
They examine us.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not going to really ask you about it. I don't think they're going to ask you.
Probably no, but it just changed from let's say half desert to totally desert climate. That will be the most important. Wait. The western border. You see the lady there on Rania, on the western border. Rania. So Sonia's here. The other young.
No, this is Rania. This is Sonia.
Look, the western border are the slopes of Samaria. But we asked, okay, where in the slopes of Samaria? So look now, and then we will do it. When we go to the slopes of Samaria, it looks like, slopes all the way to the Jordan Valley. It's not like that. Because when you look at the slopes of Samaria, you see something like that. It goes down, then there's a step, and then it goes down. The step here change between limestone and chalk. That's why we have that step. On this step, all along, this is Alon Road, and this will be the border, the western border of the Jordan Valley. Okay, and we will drive on Alon Road, and we will see it. We see the change. That's why we have the road, and that's why we have. Remember, if we have limestone up and chalk down, in the line between the chalk and the limestone, we have water springs. Okay, so we'll see it on here. The same, almost the same, happened in the eastern border. So if we look in the eastern side, we see the slopes, but we don't have this. We don't have the step. So we actually decide that the border, the eastern border, is something like 200 meters below sea level. That will be the border, kind of 100 meters, 200 meters below sea level.
That's the border between.
That will be the border between the mountains and the Jordan Valley. Now look, if we cut the Jordan Valley, we see something like that, as we saw, exactly as we saw. We see the slopes. Then we have the plain, remember? Al-Ghor, the plain. Then we have the tiny hills called ravine with the marl, with the lisan, without agriculture. Then we go down to the river. And what will be in the other side? Just the same. Okay, so we have the tiny ravine, then the plain, and then the slopes of Moab. Just the same. So again, if we look in geography, this is Jordan Valley. And the river is just in the middle. If we look in politics, that will be the border. The politic border is just in the middle of the Jordan Valley. Now, we cut the area. Now let's see the Jordan Valley from above. Okay, we're looking for above. What we see. We'll start from the northern shore of the Dead Sea, where we've been, in Bet Arava. Okay? That would be south. Okay? That would be, let's see, the Dead Sea. And we go north. So we see, we go, remember we are in the Syrian African Rift. So it's narrow. But in 3 times, it becomes wider. One, we have Jericho Valley. We have a kind of a secondary valleys. So we have Jericho valleys, and then it becomes narrow, and then we pass through Patsael Valley, and we will be there, and then narrow, and then behind us, remember we said Tirza? No, Tirza Valley, here, Vadi Shubash. Again. And then narrow all the way to Bet Sham. Okay, no. Bezek is the border. But inside the Jordan Valley, we have 3 secondary valleys. Jericho, and then Patsael, and then Tirza. Shubash. No, Shubash. Farah Valley. Here. Just below us. So this is it. And now look. The importance in this geography, that only in these 3 secondary valleys there's 2 different things. One, water springs. In all of them we have water all year long. And the second thing, we have different soil, okay, that comes from the mountains with the valleys.
Sediments.
Because we have streams and rivers in both sides. So different soil, mainly limestone soil, come from the mountain. Better soil for agriculture.
Laros.
So in these places we have historical settlements and archaeology. Only in these places, like Jericho, okay, like Patsael that we talked on the way, okay? Second Temple period settlement, like here in Farah, in Tirza, we have a lot, but between them, almost no history, or no human history between them. The history of the Jordan Valley is in the secondary valleys, Jericho, Patsael, and Tirza, and Farah. Okay, that's all. Again, because of water and different soil. That's all what we have.
Does that change the type of vegetation
Yes, a
depending
little
on
bit.
the soil?
Yes.
But in ancient times, the river would have had plenty of water, so it's actually only the soil that makes it.
Where? What river?
The Jordan River.
Leave the Jordan River. In these secondary places,
Yeah.
we have fresh water from water springs. That's
In
why
addition
it
to the
changed.
river.
Like in
Yeah.
Gerasimos.
Okay.
Aside of the Jordan, we have another sources.
And that's why what changed?
The place where people can live, and soil from
From a place where people could not live, right?
yeah, from the rest of the Jordan River Valley. So that's what we have here, and one of the things that we can see is where we will see the fortresses in the eastern side of the Israeli border, the second temple period. Fortresses like Sartaba, which is here,
We studied about it, remember? We
and
studied about it in
and we saw
Masada.
and we saw today Doc, what we saw above Jericho, and you know about Masada, Doc and Karantar is the same.
Kypros.
So
Masada, Kipros,
yeah, we'll
Orkania.
see it in next.
Okay, and Michvar in Hebrew, in English.
Macharas.
Makar.
Karas.
We'll talk about it, but for the first time in the course, in Michal's course, came a guy who had a very deep research about Sartaba, and he will come and share with us.
Marwan.
انا اشعر بدني دمعتي غرغرت في عيني يا زلمه
خذ لك شفطة ويسكي.
والله انا ابو صالح
Running 2 times, get the papers, get the papers.